Hey everybody, I'm Jeremy Jones, and this is what we're going to cook up for you right here on News 5 Now. We have the Secretary of State Marco Rubio. He is planning to unveil plans for an overhaul on the U.S. State Department, changes to the iconic Pensacola Beach Sailfish Sign, and a mother and her 12-year-old son escaped a house fire Tuesday afternoon in Toulminville. So we have these stories for you, and we're going to bring you those right here, right now on News 5 Now. Stick with us.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeremy Jones, and thank you guys so much for joining me right here, right now on News 5 Now. This is where we want to interact with you guys, answer your questions, or we ask you guys a question of the day, and we respond to your comments as well as give you the big stories along the Gulf Coast. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get you those big stories right now. So, big stories. We're going to do, let's see, number 5. What do we have here? Secretary of State Marco Rubio unveils plans for an overhaul on the U.S. State Department. The plans include reducing staff by 15%, as well as consolidating 734 bureaus and offices. There will be an office on foreign and humanitarian efforts to coordinate the aid programs overseas still left at the State Department. The changes come as the Trump administration works to cut jobs at a number of federal agencies, including the Education Department and Health and Human Services. Number 4. The suspect charged in the deadly triple shooting at a Mississippi gas station appeared in court this afternoon. During Drexler Johnson's hearing, an investigator took the stand, saying 9mm shell casings found at Johnson's home matched those found at the crime scene. That was enough for the judge to move the case forward to a grand jury. Johnson was arrested January 9th, 8 days after Lester Campbell, Rhonda Denson, and Dirk Thornton were killed during a robbery at a gas station in State Line. He was originally charged with accessory after the fact, but the charges were then later upgraded to capital murder. Number 3. Changes to the iconic Pensacola Beach Sailfish Sign. The sign greets people as they drive to Pensacola Beach, and it now reads Gulf of America. You will see that local reaction from lawmakers and the beachgoers tonight at 6:30. So make sure you tune in at WKRG News 5 at 6 and 6:30 to hear that reaction, because I remember we aired this story during the 4 on 5, and you know what people had to say was relatively interesting. And it's also worthy to note that the sign change cost $2,600. Number 2. A bid to acquire a local environment resource center has been approved. Conservation and Natural Resource Commissioner Chris Blankenship approved a bid by the Alabama Wildlife Federation to take over Five Rivers Delta Resource Center, 5 days after the facility in Spanish Fort went up for auction. This means the AWF will take over the facility's lease for 10 years, with an option to buy the more than 70-acre property. No word on when the organization will officially take it over. And number 1. A mother and her 12-year-old son escaped a house fire Tuesday afternoon in Toulminville. The mother said she and her son were in the front of the home when they saw smoke. She said that she immediately grabbed her son and ran out of the house. No one was injured, and the cause of the fire has not been determined at this time. And that's our look for the top 5 stories impacting you right here on the Gulf Coast this afternoon. So now what we're going to do is that I want to transition over to our question of the day. I'm actually really excited for this one. So our question of the day is, drum roll please. That was my attempt of a drum roll. Wasn't very good. How do you stay active? So I'm actually excited for this one because a little fact about me, I stay active because I go to Planet Fitness and I work out almost every morning before I come into work to tell you guys the stories impacting us on the Gulf Coast. And I have lost 61 pounds, and I'm trying to keep going. I'm trying to lose about 20 more. So I stay active by going to the gym, lifting weights, and running on the treadmill. Those are non-negotiables. Weights, strength train, treadmill. Non-negotiables. I don't go to the gym without doing my treadmill. I love the treadmill. Let's see what you guys say. I do 5 push-ups every time Trump pauses tariffs. Carla says cleaning up after my cat. Chris says, I get a 30-minute walk in the country yard once a day and then do pull-ups in my cell. Chris, you funny. Deanna, cut grass, weed, eat, clean house, wash clothes, cook, and take care of my disabled husband. Okay, Deanna. I get out of bed most mornings. Okay, Nigel. Robert says, go to work 8 hours and come home to tend to a 5-year-old granddaughter. Aww. She's going to remember those memories, Robert, okay? Christian says, making a grilled cheese at night in case I go to a restaurant that doesn't have them. Okay. Trenton says, jumping to... Tom says, doing a lot of walking, playing on the beach, volleyball on the causeway. Beach volleyball on the causeway. Tom, that's not safe. Chris, loving people known or unknown. Candace, okay, Candace, I go to the gym every morning. You know what, Candace? Shout out to you. I like that. John says, chasing my wife around the house. My beans, sneezing from all the pollen, especially my neck muscles. That's right, you gotta work those neck muscles. Chew, if you know what I'm saying. Chew. All right, Raymond says, walking 5 laps around Arlington Park tracks. Pickleball, okay. I've got a, that's a lot of words. Patricia says, yard work. Dana, don't want to get it wrong. By having ADHD and not taking medication. Laura says, work. Ain't that the truth? Well, Laura, you and I, we see each other like this, Laura. Work. Cutting grass. Work on the house. Free gym. Chasing my twin toddler granddaughters. Okay. Doing it every night. All right, so looks like a lot of us are doing a lot of household chores and day-to-day activities to stay active. Okay, shout out to you. Robinette says, I work out on my elliptical exerciser every day. Shout out, Robinette. Get that cardio in. I'm here to encourage anyone who does a good cardio. Okay, well, that's enough of that. So what's our next thing we're going to do? Oh, next, we're going to do our poll of the day. So we're going to pull up our poll of the day. Are you impacted by the Pope's death? It's pretty even close here. We have 49% of you guys said, yes, you are impacted. 51% of you guys say no. Interesting. I was expecting a higher number because I know Mobile has a very high Catholic community. Interesting. All right, guys. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me right here on News 5 Now. So before you go, we are going to, I need you to do the most important thing you'll probably do today on Earth Day. What you're going to do is you're going to go to our Facebook and you're going to go ahead and give us a like. That way you're notified every time News 5 Now is streaming. We stream weekdays at 8, noon, and 5:30. So you don't want to miss the party, okay? Because we have a lot of fun over here. I know I have fun. So because I'm so fun, I'm also going to give you some more fun instructions. You're going to turn to channel 5.1, and that's where CBS Evening News is on right now. And then you're going to stick around for WKRG News 5 at 6, where you'll hear the reactions, like I said earlier, from beachgoers and tourists about the change in Pensacola's beach sign, sailfish sign, to the Gulf of America. And I definitely remember we aired at 4, and people, they were interested. It was pretty funny. I enjoyed it. It was a good story. So if you could, just make sure you stay around for that story. Catch up the rest on CBS Evening News because they talk about a lot of stuff on there that you need to know. All right. But thank you so much for joining the party with me. I will see you guys later.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips.